In 1990, 35 American states had a divorce rate above 4.2 divorces per 1,000 people. Not one single state was below 2.8. On the right are the 10 states with the highest divorce rate in the country, ranked. Every state keeps its own color the whole way through, so when two of them swap places, you see it happen, and the scale those bars are measured against never changes. Now watch them shrink. 33 years later, nothing is left in the top band, and 31 states sit in the bottom one. And of the 45 states we can measure across the whole period, the number where divorce went up is 0. 35 states in the top band. That is where this story starts. Now look at where it was highest, because it is not the coasts, it is the South and the Mountain West. Oklahoma, Arkansas, Alabama, Wyoming, Idaho. Look at the ranking on the right. Oklahoma, Arizona, Arkansas, Wyoming, Idaho, Tennessee. And the lowest divorce rate in the entire country belonged to Massachusetts, at 2.8. The states most often described as the most traditional were the states getting divorced the most. And then there is Nevada, 11.4 divorces per 1,000 residents, 1.5 times the next highest state, and 4 times Massachusetts. But Nevada was not unhappy. In 1931, it cut its residency requirement to 6 weeks. And for decades, if you wanted out of a marriage quickly, you went to Reno. These figures count a divorce where it is granted, not where the couple lives. Nevada was measuring everybody else's marriages. Here is the part almost nobody mentions. Watch these 5 states. California reports once in 1990 and then stops. Hawaii goes in 2003. Minnesota 2005. New Mexico 2016. And Indiana has never reported a divorce to the federal government in this entire series. Nothing compels them to. So when you read that the American divorce rate is 2.4, the population underneath that number is 280 million people, not 335. That is about 84% of the country, missing the most populous state in it. So, back to the start, and this time ignore the holes and watch the color. Every solid ring is a state whose rate actually moved that year. In the 90s, they are already going the same way. By the year 2000, the median American state has gone from 4.7 down to 4.1. Through the 2000s, both things keep going. Hawaii stops reporting in 2003, Minnesota in 2005. And among the states still counting, the top band empties out from 23 of them to 15. And this is the thing that genuinely surprised me. There is no political pattern here at all. Iowa falls, Nevada falls, Alabama falls, Massachusetts falls, Utah falls. Between 2010 and 2019, 43 of the 44 states with data went down. 1 stayed flat, and not a single one went up. Whatever is driving this is not the culture war. It is happening everywhere, at the same time, at roughly the same speed. Then 2020, 19 states change band in a single year, the biggest one-year move in the whole series. But be careful with this one, because a divorce that could not be filed is not a marriage that survived. Courts closed. And look at what marriage did in exactly the same year. The national marriage rate fell a full point, from 6.1 to 5.1. Both numbers are partly measuring a closed building. It ticked up in 2021 and then carried on down. By 2023, the highest divorce rate in the United States belongs to Nevada again, at 3.8. And look at what has happened to the bars. In 1990, the leader ran the full width of that panel. The scale has not moved since, not once. Nevada today is barely a third of it. Here is what that means. 3.8 in 1990 would have ranked Nevada 38th out of 49. The worst state in America today would have been a below-average state then. 4.7, down 2.6. The typical American state now has a divorce rate a little over half what it had when this data starts. And now the honest caveat, because it is a big one. This is a crude rate. Divorces per 1,000 people. All people. Married, single, children, everybody. A number like that falls if the country gets older. And it falls if fewer people get married in the first place, which raises the obvious question. Is any of this real, or did Americans just stop turning up to the wedding? So here is the test. Since the year 2000, the American marriage rate has fallen about 26%. Over exactly the same years, the divorce rate fell 40%. Fewer weddings is a real part of this, but the divorce rate fell substantially faster than the marriage rate did, so it cannot be the whole of it. Something else is going on, and the most likely candidate is boring. The people who are still getting married are older, and they are marrying later. Marriage in America got rarer. It also got more durable. All of this is CDC and National Center for Health Statistics data, which is the official count and stops in 2023. There are no state figures at all for the years between 90 and 95, or 95 and 2000. The timeline at the bottom shows those as real gaps rather than pretending the line is continuous. And 5 states are missing throughout, which is not a rounding error. It is California,